What's good, YouTube? It's Vex Reacts, and I'm back with another video. And recently we reacted to RM's new song, Come Back to Me, but now we have his explanation by Bookish Theories. We have checked out Bookish Theories on the channel before, but if you haven't tuned in, I want you all to go check out Bookish Theories. She always gives good breakdowns of what the meaning of songs are. And today, just like in the video, I said that I wanted to know more about what his concept was, what the song meant, and Bookish Theories came through with a perfectly timed video. We got RM's Pain, Divine, and Escaping Familiarity. Familiarity? Did I say that right? Come Back to Me explored. Y'all let me know if y'all enjoy these types of videos. Bookish Theories always do a great job. Like I say, go check her out. Let's get straight into it and see what we got.
Hello and welcome back to Bookish Theories. Today we come back to RM to take a first look at his new project, Right Place, Wrong Person.
And I know that I said this wrong at the end of the video. I'm so sorry. Right place, wrong person. And this is so deep because a lot of the times we go throughout our life, and sometimes, especially when it comes to love, we feel like we found the right person, but if it don't work out, it's not the right person. I'm sorry to tell you. Or it might be the right person, wrong time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times, timing is very important in our life. Sometimes we feel like we deserve things, but we're not the person that we need to be in order to keep those things in our life. So, you know, sometimes timing is very important.
Today we come back to RM to take a first look at his new project, Right Place, Wrong Person. Come Back to Me is a song written by Namjoon.
Come on, YouTube.
Was first introduced during a special guest appearance at the Suga Augusti Tour D-Day. As of May 10th, the track is now finally out as a pre-release for the upcoming album, which focuses on RM's emotion in feeling like a stranger who does not fit into certain places. In many respects, Come Back to Me is a great introduction to the general concept of the album because the song itself portrays the inner conflict of a person divided between two contrasting sets of emotions. On the one hand, the protagonist of the song longs for new challenges and experiences, but on the other, they cling to the comfort of familiar things and want to be content in the reality they live in.
Oh my goodness. Bro, I'm gonna have to check out this project. Cause I struggle with this particular concept so bad. It low-key feel paralyzing in a sense. Whenever you in that constant fight for an elevated lifestyle, more in your life, doing things that are unfamiliar to you, but also wanting to stay comfortable. I know a lot of us have gone through that, but you have to understand that if you want to accomplish new things, you're gonna have to do things that you've never done before. And even though I've, had that struggle in the past, I'm understanding that more and more as I get older, and I can't self-sabotage myself because I'm happy with what I'm going through or happy with the route that I'm taking, because I know that there is a part of me that isn't happy. And I know that if I'm gonna have that life that I want to live, and I want to be as happy as I want to be, I'm going to have to elevate and try new things and be uncomfortable. And then I'm going to have to drag along and carry along the things that have made me happy. And that's how life is. You might be comfortable. You might be happy with certain things in your life. But in order to change other things that you're not so satisfied with, you're going to have to change things up and do different things and be uncomfortable. And it may, dwindle your happiness for the moment, but it's not about the current moment. It's about the future. It's about where you're going to be 10 years from now, 5 years from now. You need to set yourself up by doing the things right now in order to get you to that point where you want to be in 5 to 10 years from now. And that might take a couple of sacrifices, but I promise you 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you will be just as capable, if not more capable, of doing the things or experiencing the things that you're experiencing now. Maybe even more. And whenever you open new doors, it might be a little uncomfortable to walk through those doors because you don't know what's behind it. But I promise you can always go back and, experience and appreciate the things in those doors behind you. You know what I'm saying? But you can't go forward unless you change and you walk through that door and, you put that courage to the side or that fear to the side and walk through that door, man.
According to the press release, this contrast is at the core of the story told in the track, and the message of the song is that even if everything eventually comes back, maybe not everything actually will. In the song, Namjoon begs a loved one to come back to him despite that person being a source of pain divine. As a song expressing contrasting feelings, the dichotomy between love and pain is very important here. The subject of his affections seems to be somebody whose absence is making him suffer. The speaker maintains that he's fine. that is staying good and that spring is always here. But as they wait for them to come back like they used to, the protagonist loses time, forgets to shower, and even thinks that washing his face is a waste of time. Now, if you're a person that ever struggled with mental health, these symptoms might sound familiar to you because losing track of time and not taking care of yourself can be major signs of depression.
Bro, when I say I done been through this, bro. And the crazy thing is, I was going through this when I was on when I was on YouTube. Like when I first started my YouTube channel was like the most depressed I ever was. But the YouTube and K-pop really was what saved me for real. I ain't even gonna lie. When I felt like I couldn't go to nobody, I felt like I was doing something positive by getting on the videos and motivating people. Even if I wasn't feeling the best, I know that I could possibly touch 10,000 people. I could possibly touch 30,000, 40,000 people. And that made me feel good enough to keep going. That made me feel good enough to, not only continue to go, but aspire for more because I know that I'm capable of more. And as I continue to go down that route and drop more videos and see the progress that I'm making, I know that, reading the comments and all of these different things that I'm doing, it's like, bro, you got so much time. You got so much more to live for. And I did have those days where I didn't eat. You know what I'm saying? I had those days where I was smoking hella weed. And I'm doing a lot better now, but I was smoking hella weed and not eating just because, like, that's the only thing that would make me feel comfortable. But I'm glad to see that, I moved past that. And even though I felt how I felt in that moment, it's good to look back at the past and say, dang, I beat it. You know what I'm saying? I prevailed. I beat the situation that I was in. And also realizing that it's going to be more situations like that in the future. But whenever you have a situation where you don't know how you're going to make it out and you make it out, you need to always use that as motivation whenever you go forward, because it's going to be more situations in the future where you don't know how you're going to get out the situation. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know why you going forward or why you taking them steps or what you're doing, but you know that you're going to make it out. You know that you're not going to give up, and that's really what it's all about, for real.
In the song, the protagonist is suffering a lot because of his lover's absence, and even if he seems aware of that, he clings to a memory of a past he knows instead of moving on to a future that is unfamiliar. He insists that everything is fine. He wants to be happy in the present, but paradoxically tries to find his happiness in the pain inflicted by somebody that this time is not coming back. Now, in the video, this inner conflict is further developed into a larger discourse that actually tackles societal issues that are often ignored. Directed by Lee Sung-jin, Come Back to Me is a cinematic video revolving around Namjoon, a man that quite literally is the wrong person in the right place. Stuck in a house he cannot exit, Aram bumps into different realities where he's put in front of different relationships that all demand him to be a different person. We start off at a party where Namjoon is a friend that doesn't want to engage. He's given a cigarette but he doesn't want it, then he's given a drink but he doesn't want that either. As he turns to look at the door, we get the sense that Aram wants to leave that situation, but when he does, he ends up in a predicament that is even more challenging than before. Now he's a husband and a father, with a daughter that demands his attention and a wife confused by his behavior. This doesn't work either, so off we go to another room. This time,
bro, and this is literally what makes you so depressed and you feel so crippled, you feel so like stuck, is when you go from one situation to the next situation to the next situation, and it feel like you can't do no right. You feel like you the wrong person in every situation. That's what really make you feel bad, and you literally just want to sit in your room and not interact with nobody. And that even furthers your depression, because now you feel like you can't do nothing. You feel helpless, and really it's the complete opposite. You are literally like the root of everything. You are an extension of everything. So whenever you might have to take time to yourself, because that might be what it takes. But whenever you get yourself together, whenever you start to feel bad and you get in the gym and you start working out and you start to see that you're making more progress, or you get that job and you start making money and you put that money in the right situations, or you chase that dream and that dream start manifesting in something more beautiful, and you start to do all of the right things, that's when you're going to be like, dang, I literally did it all. I was the solution. I was the problem and the solution. And a lot of times that's what it be. But you just have to have those little moments where something clicked. I know how it feels to go from situation to situation and things not work out. But once that thing click, I promise you, you're going to feel so much happier. You're going to be in the room smiling like, dang, it was tough, but bro, I see the light. And that's the best feeling ever, for real.
Meet Namjoon the lover, with a girlfriend who is upset and with whom he is unable to connect. Once again, he runs away from the problem, only to end up in a cradle with his parents that still see him as a baby despite him being a full adult. As we see in the video, Namjoon tries to exit the house, but the door is locked. He gets constantly dragged back into one of these realities, and even if he tries to hide, there is no hiding in this place. This is because the house is not just a house, but rather a representation of something bigger. We can say that it embodies the set of societal norms that people are required to fulfill during their lifetime, so even if you escape one, it's difficult to avoid them all. In the video, each room represents a key aspect of life that is considered quote-unquote normal to experience. You are supposed to have friends, party, smoke, and drink. At a certain age, you are supposed to get married and start a family. You are supposed to have a romantic relationship, right? And it's fine that your parents will always see you as a baby. These are all things that many people consider normal, and yet Namjoon feels alienated by these norms. In a reality, he demands him to be a friend, a husband, a father, a lover, and a son. Namjoon feels quite literally like a stranger in his own house. Even if he's at the right stage of life, he is the wrong person to fulfill these expectations. But the question that we need to ask here is, according to whom exactly? Why is Namjoon wrong for not wanting those things?
Exactly. See, a lot of the times, whenever you feel like you're not in the right place at the right time, it's because of the society. It's because of other people's beliefs. And low-key, because other people believe it, you low-key start to internalize it and believe it too. But then whenever you realize that time is all made up, somebody literally made up everything, bro. Somebody made up the time because they needed people to be in the right places to do the right things to further their agenda. They need people to have a family so that they could work. And they gotta work so that they could put food on the table. Like, this is all set up. This is all manufactured. Whenever you realize that and you understand that this is all made up, you start to think about it completely differently. I'm in this position because of the decisions that I made, and I could change that by making different decisions. And bro, it's really, really complicated, but I understand this so deeply.
Why is the place right but the person wrong? Well, one can argue that the place is right because the place is supposed to be society as a whole, so whoever doesn't fit into society's standard is perceived as being wrong by default. As we see in a second, this is not exactly right either. In fact, by the end, Namjoon offers a solution to this problem, but midway through we are not there yet. When presented with the social norm, Namjoon would like to escape from it but still can't, so he hides from these responsibilities. As he does so, however, we see a girl that is seemingly just as stuck in the house as he is. This character is played by Kim Min-ha, and much like Namjoon, she is alienated from reality and tries to find ways to escape it. Since somebody just like him pushes around to get out of hiding and look for her, but initially he fails. This is because she is the right person, but in the wrong place of his life. Before Namjoon is able to find her, he first needs to mature and grow as a person. He must face himself, literally, and it's only after this confrontation that she finally appears. As they get
Yeah, bro, I did not peep all of these details from the video. That's why I love watching these, bro. A lot of the times you have to confront the problem. Whenever you run from the problem, there's no way the problem could get solved because you're literally running from it. A lot of the times, and it's tough as hell, especially when that's a deep trauma, when it's a trauma that you've been dealing with for a long time, but it hasn't really placed an obstacle in your course. Whenever it placed that obstacle in this course and you run away from it, it's literally stopping your progression because you run in the opposite way. You're going to have to confront that and stomach that and figure out how you're going to maneuver around it, over it, under it, through it, whatever it is. You have to figure that out. And only then can you walk through that door onto your future, into that new situation that's going to suit you a little bit better. And that's when the timing going to really add up. Come on, bro.
Each other better. The two of them seem to be the right people for each other, and this gives Namjoon the illusion that maybe now he can finally fit in. If the first half of the video portrayed Namjoon's alienation and his desire for new challenges and experiences, the second half portrays his wish for normality and his longing to fit into the norms that is being presented. It would be awesome if he were the life of the party, drinking and having fun with his friends. He could be a great husband and father too if he wanted to. He would be a great boyfriend as well, capable to connect with his partner and make peace. And yes, he would love to still be the baby's parents raised. He longs to be all those Namjoons that people want. Thing is that even if he's in the right place to be them, he's still the wrong person, so even if he tried, it would be performative. If you are quote-unquote wrong, maybe the right place is just not right for you. So instead of clinging to that familiarity, the solution is to escape it. Like said,
it gotta be genuine. If you putting on an act in your life, you need to remove yourself from that position. Because it's not going to suit you. You can only put on that act for so long. You can only fake it for so long before those creaks and crevices try to escape. Because it's different versions of you on the inside. It's the version of you who know what they're supposed to do, and it's the version of you who want to do what he want to do. We done all had that thought in our head. You wake up in the morning. It's a version of you who want to stay asleep, and it's a version of you who want to go out there and or not even want to, who has to go out there and work, or who has to go out there and go to school. Because you know that if you don't do that, you're going to be behind. You know if you don't do that, you're going to fall behind in the idea of the world. You know what I'm saying? So we always in that constant battle of the version of us who don't want to do all of the extra hard work and don't want to grow, and it's a version of us who know that we have to grow. And whenever you can find that perfect balance of appreciating and loving both sides of that, the duality of your personality, that's when you'll really be able to grow. You might not be able to sleep in this day, but on that weekend when you ain't got nothing to do and your friends say, let's go out. Instead of going out with them friends, you might decide, let me stay inside, do some yoga, drink some tea, relax, really, really love myself and appreciate that version of myself who throughout the week didn't want to get up and go out there to school, but today he got the time to really be loved. That's what you got to do. Come on, man.
So you don't have to be the anything you see. You don't have to pretend to be somebody that you're not. You don't have to change yourself if you don't want to. In fact, you can try not to be that something in this sea. Instead of falling into compliance and staying trapped in a box you don't belong in, maybe the answer is to venture into the unknown, to find the right place that makes you the right person.
Facts.
And it seems that Namjoon does exactly that. At the party, sees Mina waiting for him outside. In this incredible shot, we see that the two of them are almost one the reflection of the other. She is a part of him, like he is a part of her, and together they finally understand that it's time to go. They don't have to stay in a place they don't belong and follow rules they don't like. They can create their own reality, respect their own boundaries, and be the right people in a place that is right for them. As they stand in front of the door, their faces are illuminated by colors that complement each other, again, almost as if the two of them complete each other's lives. She is the green to his red, the blue to his orange, the purple to his yellow, so she is the right person to go look for the right place. By the end, Namjoon opens the door and we see an endless maze full of realities to explore. The visuals here heavily imply that one way or the other, social norms are both fundamentally fake but also virtually unescapable. You can escape the house of reality, not really, but since there's an infinite amount of houses to choose from, you can pick the reality that fits you best.
Literally.
Many people have compared the premise of the video to movies like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Others found similarities with House Moving Castle, and even more people suggested a parallel with The Midnight Library, which is a book that Namjoon himself suggested a few years ago. All these possible references are very fitting with the concept presented in the video, but me personally, I find a lot of callbacks to BTS's past projects. The idea of Namjoon being stuck in a loop he cannot escape, for instance, is very reminiscent of YIONWA, with Namjoon longing for the most beautiful moment in life while being stuck in a place that doesn't allow him to reach it. The lyrical approach to relationships instead is also very similar to the main themes of the Love Yourself trilogy. We have the quote-unquote her of the story being initially a source of love and then a source of pain, not to mention the idea that the ultimate answer to find the right person is to get to know and love yourself first. This process of self-realization is also connected to the map of the soul. Mina's Carter, for instance, is portrayed as a reflection of Namjoon, as an anima figure that is a part of him and completes him. Not only that, in the video Namjoon very much struggles with embracing the different personas that society wants him to wear. Now like then, he wanders around the house basically asking himself who the hell am I? Which persona fits him best? Is he really the wrong person? Or maybe it's just wrong to those that think that there is only one right way to live? I'll leave this as an open question because Namjoon is yet to answer it, but in the meantime let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please think about liking and subscribing. As always,
bro, this was a great video by Bookish Theories. I love her theory. She always does a really, really good job at not only explaining her perspective on the song, but also challenging my perspective on the songs that she always review. I ain't gonna lie, in life, it's always scary to find yourself, because in order to find yourself or your future self, you have to let go of your past self. You have to let go of everything. Sometimes not even everything. Sometimes you bring things along with you, but you have to let go of the past, and that's scary because the past is all that you've known. You've literally built up this character. You've literally built up all of these like relationships and all of these things that you've grown really, really close to, only to let them go, only to go into a place that you don't know. But whenever you go into a place that you don't know, you're gonna grow. You've already been through this before, and it was scary in the past to talk to that crush for the first time. It was scary in the past to take that test. It was always scary, but you found a way. You conquered. And going forward, that's what you're gonna do. You might fail. You failed in the past, and you conquered. But if you want to really, really become a version of you that's happy, a version of you that you're proud of, you're going to have to take that leap of faith and be scared and conquer over and over and over again until you find that place where you're comfortable, where you're happy, where you love yourself. And if you love yourself at the end of your path, at the end of your journey, that's all that matters. That's what it's all about. And the quicker that you can do that, not to say you should be in a rush. Take your time, because, you know what I'm saying? Everybody move at their own pace. But whenever you get to that place where you're happy and you're proud of yourself, I want you to really, really appreciate yourself for taking the leaps of faith to get there, for trusting yourself enough to fail and get back up and try again. Because a lot of people don't take a chance. A lot of people just stick to what they know, and a lot of people just stick to playing the role that they feel like they're supposed to play, when in reality, you have the choice to traverse life however you want to traverse it. You might lose people, you might struggle a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's your life. You literally get to choose everything that you do, from the smallest minute details to the big decisions. You get to choose what city you want to live in, and what jobs you want to pursue. And don't let society make you feel like you a failure just because you're not at a place at a certain time, because it's your life. And whatever time you're supposed to be on, you're going to get there when you need to get there. As long as you get to the end of life and you say that I'm proud of myself, that's all that really matters. But I would love to know y'all's opinion of this. Like I said, go check out Bookish Theory. She always does an amazing job at these videos. And I can't wait for the next video of not only RM. I definitely got to check this project out because it was really, really good. But also of Bookish Theory, because she always do a great job and really, really does challenge me on my beliefs. But I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate you.